So, Albie, Nana's right, isn't she? I can't see at all, in any way, how it would be acceptable to make any of these outlandish claims about a Muslim terrorist, saying that it was their Asian background that turned them into a killer, or likewise a black person either. So why is it acceptable to say it about a white person?
Look, it's completely unacceptable, and I think it is so reductive to say that the reason Lucy Letby was able to kill those poor babies who she murdered is because of her white privilege. I think it actually also takes away from the multitude of failures that went on in that situation. This was a situation that went on, I believe, almost a year. There were 5 different consultants that made complaints, one of which was from an ethnic minority. People are arguing that because that one consultant was from an ethnic minority, that's the reason people didn't listen to him. But completely disregarding the fact that there were 4 other white consultants who no one listened to either. So I think this idea that it's because she was white that she got away with it is nonsense, and it takes away from the very real failures that enabled this awful situation.
Femi, why is it not racist to say, like, some of these people are saying, like for example, Kalichi, that all white women have this evil and violence in them? I mean, she said that Letby was not an anomaly, she was the norm for white women, which feels like an extraordinarily racist comment.
Well, firstly, let's take a look at the evidence, because it's all great and good for us to throw around terms like race baiters and get people riled up, but we can look at the evidence behind these claims, and there is evidence. I mean, the president of the Royal College of Nurses themselves has said that Letby's race probably
not
played
evidence.
Well, no, let me explain. Let me give you the evidence. Between 2016 and 2019, 18% of fitness to practice complaints against nurses were against black nurses, whereas black nurses only represent 10% of the nursing body.
What's that got to do with this?
This situation is that, as well as that, in a 2017 report, the body which decides which nurses get fired found that fitness to practice complaints against white nurses are more likely to be thrown out at the screening stage, meaning that if a complaint is made about a white nurse at the screening stage, they're more likely to go, no, we're not bothering to investigate that further. So if a fitness to practice complaint is made against Lucy Letby, it is more likely to be thrown out at the screening stage. This is all evidence to show, both of these things are evidence to show that complaints against black and minority ethnic nurses are taken more seriously. That means that's not evidence to show that 100%.
Lucy Letby's killing of these children happened because of white.
No. It's not evidence to show. It's not evidence to show
you said it was evidence,
but it's evidence towards that.
Let's just be honest. You have absolutely no evidence that Lucy Letby's ethnicity had anything to do with why she wasn't caught. I mean, by the way, I think it's completely
There's difference between evidence and
that
truth.
She was allowed to run
There's
wild.
difference
but
between
the reason
evidence
she was allowed
and
to run
truth.
wild is because the NHS managers were so terrified about calling in the police because they wanted to save
Okay,
their
can you both just can you both just? Did I not just give you statistics? So, are you telling me that black and minority ethnic nurses are worse than white nurses? Because either that's the case, either they do more things wrong, or the other option is that more complaints are made. Well, I've just given you some evidence and you're throwing it out.
Statistics, you would admit that black people are overrepresented when it comes to particular crimes, would you not? Violent crimes.
I would admit, for example, that black people are 3 times more likely to be dragged before a judge, but less likely in the end to be convicted than white people. We're more likely to be accused of a crime and to be forcibly told that to go before a judge or to go before a council. The General Medical Council has the same issue.
Why does Lucy Letby's colour have anything to do with her
Because the statistics have shown that it's possible. No one is saying that if she was a black woman, she would never have killed anyone.
Well, that is literally
no one is saying. No one is saying that. No one is saying that.
People have said that she got away with it because of her white privilege. Can I just put some other
How many babies did she kill?
Can I just put
how many babies did she kill?
Can I put some evidence to you, because you put some evidence I don't want to accept. So let me put this evidence.
Well, the evidence comes from the Nursing and Midwifery Council.
I believe it was 1991. there was a case of a nurse called Beverly Allett who was involved in some similar crimes where she went on to murder a couple of babies in child intensive care units. Now, she was caught in 59 days. She was a white nurse, I believe it was somewhere in the United Kingdom. She was caught in 59 days. It took almost 11 months for Lucy Letby to be caught. These are very similar situations. Do you think that the reason that it took longer for Lucy Letby to be caught than Beverly Allett is because they were both white?
Why are you speaking in absolutes? Reason. It's a complex case with lots of factors. And I've given you some evidence, and you say that you're rejecting the evidence I gave. The evidence I gave you was statistics.
What do you make of
I made the evidence. You've given me 2 cases, and you've said that in 2 cases, 2 different things happened. The point
let me cut in here. It is my show. To be very clear, Letby is a depraved individual. It is totally despicable that she was not caught, and we must find out why. But I think what offends me most is the idea that because of her colour, it is being used as an attack on all white women. Now, do you accept if someone were to do that with an Asian terrorist or a black murderer, there would be riots on the street of this country? If I were to say this black murderer means that all black men in this country have a dark side, you would be rightly outraged. So why is it acceptable to do that about a white women
You're building a complete straw man argument.
No, that's exactly what Kelechi
No, Kelechi,
said.
I saw the video. I saw the video.
We played it last night.
No, I saw the
viewers
video.
have
I've seen it. They've seen it. Okay, cool. She talks about Elizabeth I in the video.
Yes.
She talks about the history of the idea of white womanhood, the idea of, during slavery, during colonialism, this idea of innocence and this idea
She says Lucy Letby is not an anomaly. All white women share in that violence and that evil.
Is that a direct quote from the video?
I'm paraphrasing.
You're paraphrasing and you're putting words in her mouth that are nonsense. She gave historical accounts of where this idea of innocence...
Do you agree with what she's saying?
I agree. Do I agree with what Kelechi says in the video?
Lucy Letby is not...
No, I don't agree with what you're saying. I think that, as has been said...
Is Lucy Letby an anomaly?
Lucy Letby is a serial killer. Of course she's an anomaly.
Good, well, I'm glad you...
Lucy Letby is a serial killer. The point of the case is...
His exact words was that Lucy Letby was not an anomaly, by the way. Her exact words.
That Lucy
That's
Letby
racism, right? Do you accept that's racism?
No. The statement... give me the direct quote that she said. Have you got the direct quote?
I played it to you.
You played it to me. You didn't play it to me. I saw it on Twitter. Nonetheless, what she's saying here is not that Lucy Letby being a serial killer is not an anomaly. What she's saying is the fact that someone can be allowed to get away with something, whether that something is a small office, like bullying someone in the office, or whether that something is something of this
sincerely
magnitude.
think that when the statutory inquiry happens, if it is a statutory inquiry that happens, the reason why Lucy Letby got away with it, the judge is going to sit there in court and say it's because she was white.
No, I think there are a number of factors
going to say that
compound together.
From the
number of
real
factors that compound together.
Of the NHS
but the evidence from the Nursing and Midwifery Council, the body which actually deals with these complaints, shows that there are more complaints made against black and minority ethnic.
What's that got to do with this case?
Nothing.